Oh my god, hey guys. It's a wonderful day. I actually got hired at a new place and I'm really excited because I've been unemployed for like a little bit, just for a little bit for the summer, and decided to go ahead and start applying to jobs, and then I got a job after a little bit. I mean, 4 months is not so bad because I was originally like chilling and staying at home and like enjoying my summer for 2 months. And then after that, I started to get a little antsy because I really, I think 2 months is like the perfect amount of time to really have like a vacation time. Some people might disagree, that's okay. For me, it's 2 months. And I think any more than 2 months, I start to feel a little bit, I don't know what else to do. Like, you know what I mean? That's why I feel like I can never be like completely unemployed for like a foreseeable amount of time, because I'm like, oh, I should be doing something. But I mean, to be fair, I'm in my 20s, so therefore I feel like even if it's something, it's like better than nothing. But I feel like it'd be a different story if I was like in my 80s or 90s. Um, but anyways, besides that, it's been 1 week. Not really, it actually hasn't even been a week since I've turned 26. So I've been sort of like digesting it and sort of coming to terms with how my 25th year went. And I'm thinking, I'm just reflecting on the things that I've done and so on and so forth, what values I've changed, what beliefs that I've let go of, stuff like that. I just think about it. I like sort of like see where I've gotten wrong and what I should do to change and stuff like that. And this video wanted to be different. That was just a quick update, but I wanted it to be a little different. I wanted to talk about love and relationships because I'm in a community, it's like a discussion group online where we speak about manifestation, spirituality. We also speak about dating and relationships. And a lot of the things that we talked about yesterday was like, what do you think about men being sole providers or like traditional wives and all of that? I genuinely don't like talking about relationships or love just because like I don't think that I have super good advice because I've only been in one relationship. So it's just like, what can I give? I can't give you, honey. I can't give you anything. I just there's nothing to give here. But I would say that the reason why I've only been in one relationship at the ripe age of 26 is because I feel like I have pretty high standards. I think there's no other real reason above that. I feel like as much as I'd like to put up with something or be okay with a certain behavior or like what they said, I'm so obedient to my intuition. It's not even funny. I'm super obedient to my intuition. I'm such a good listener. I'm like, I listen to my intuition and my gut feeling, and I'm like, okay, sis, we're out of here. Bye. I can't even snap, by the way. Okay, sis, bye. Like, the moment that I feel any sort of like gut instinct that's telling me that this isn't the right person or this is not the right environment for me, then I usually 90% of the time bounce. The 10% is for workplace, and the reason why I stay at those workplaces, even if I don't really mesh well with a certain coworker or something, is because I need that job. I cannot not have that job, so I have to stay and suck it up. But in relationships, that's a whole nother story, because you ever heard that saying, is that your partner or your wife or your husband or girlfriend, boyfriend, that's the only person you get a choice in 100% of whether or not I should stay or leave in. Like the choice of you being born into a certain family is like not totally up to you. It's just by luck or chance, and you have to stay with them until you're like 18 or whatever. But when it comes to a romantic relationship, that's optional. That's optional. And I understand it, there's a lot of caveats to that. There's a lot of different circumstances that I'm really not touching upon right now. But for the sake of my argument, 99% of relationships, from what I've observed, is optional. Like, girl, you don't have to put up with that if you don't want to. You know that, right? And no matter how in love I am with somebody, I always have one foot out the door. Because it's like, and that's not a bad thing, by the way. I'm not a flighty person by any sense of the word. I'm definitely not flighty, okay? I'm actually super loyal and dedicated and very like, I have a lot of stamina and endurance and patience when it comes to a counterpart or whatever, or like a person in my life. And I'm super understanding. I'd say so myself, or I don't know if you would disagree with that, because y'all don't know me that well. But anyways, I'm not flighty by any sense of the word. I'm just saying that if anything, if my partner supposedly like switches up, which I don't really completely agree with, because I feel like there's always signs in the beginning. There's always going to be a certain level of revealing in the beginning of the relationship. And especially if you're dating this person for a year or like several years, like you can kind of see them in every sort of season, and whether they're angry or upset, and you can see how they react to certain situations and how they deal with adverse like situations. You can always tell how this person will or might not act in a certain given thing, hypothetically. So see that, observe it, please observe it, and then make your judgments or deductions. Obviously, I'm not claiming to know everything about relationships and love, and there's a lot more things that I need to learn because I'm only 26 and I have only been in one relationship. And I acknowledge that for sure. What was I saying? I feel like I've gone way off the mark. I was saying that I always have one foot out the door because I know my standards. I know that, and I'm a very good listener to my intuition and my gut feeling. As much as I really like somebody and I really want to be with this person, it doesn't override my respect for myself. It does not ever override my self-respect, my dignity, my integrity. Because I always think to myself, if this person right here were to date my friend or like my closest confidant, would I approve of it? Treat yourself like your own best friend. Treat yourself like your own child or whatever, and think to yourself, question yourself, like, if this person were to never change at all, and this person is just exactly the way they are the entire time till the end of life, do you accept it? You know, it helps me weed out the dating for potential kind of deal people, because you don't want to date for potential. I would say that you date the person you are with currently, assuming or non-assuming, mostly assuming that they're not going to change for the given foreseeable future. And do you accept that? And if a person were to compliment you and or like tell you, oh, you're exactly like your partner, are you going to be flattered or are you going to be offended by that? You know, I go through a series of questionnaires in my head. I'm just like a flow chart almost, like I don't know why I am this way. Listen, I don't know why I am this. Actually, I kind of can guess why. It's because the dynamic that I do remember my parents by were that of extreme turmoil, disagreement, got a lot of physical abuse in there mixed into. So watching my parents go through that sort of deal, I thought to myself as a child, I'm like, I'm never gonna marry a guy that will put me down or even think it's okay to make jokes at my expense, or even like a whisper of anger or a whisper of rage. I just don't. It just turns me off completely. And I know that's kind of unrealistic to expect someone to never feel anger or never feel rage. But I'm saying like a reasonable amount of anger is definitely understandable. But I'm talking about the kind of rage that is physical or super super violent for no reason, like people who punch walls or people who I don't know, people who break shit. Like, when I see that behavior, whether it's in the car, like road rage, or men who get very, very upset while playing a game and they're yelling and screaming profanities at, I don't even know what they're doing. If I even see any sort of behavior that mimics that or is like reminiscent of that sort of stuff, then my red flag meter is like going up and like, oh, I have to leave, because this is not going to change. This is definitely not going to change. Or even if it does change, it's not going to be from my own sort of like wish. It's more like that person has to change on their own. And trust me, you are not anybody's therapist. You are not their mother. I am not their mother. I'm not their therapist. I'm not someone who's going to change your life. I'm not going to walk into your life and change everything about it and be like, oh, I made you this new, like, crazy human being that you can suddenly control your anger and emotions with. Like, that's not your job. That is so not your job. And I hate how society has normalized it for such a long period of time, where women are expected to be a mother figure for their husbands, which is like a kind of, don't get me started on that dynamic of like a woman, a wife becoming their mother figure, like cleaning up after them, making their food, and like, cleaning up after their like disagreements with other people, like always like being, what is it called, like almost like a personal assistant that's also a therapist, that's also like a sex worker, and that's also like someone who is like your caretaker in a way, like, but you're a fully functioned adult. You can do it yourself, but you're expecting another adult, another human being to do that for you. Like, please, no. I feel so bad for the women who came before me. Those women who had to take care of their husbands like they're some sort of like adult baby. I just cannot. Makes me want to throw up, and like, makes me want to cry for those women who had to deal with that and put up with that. And if they didn't do that, they're shamed. You're a bad woman for not doing this for a man. Like, the amount of backwards ideology that existed pre 1980, I don't know, like maybe even not even pre 2000 actually. It's just so like upsetting to really think about. And I think that for the longest time I was like, I'm never gonna get married, like fuck that. I'm good on my own. But obviously, as I grew older, I like sort of started to unpack that sort of resentment and anger. I unpacked a lot of it actually, so give me some credit. Because I could have stayed angry and upset at men entirely or whatever. And not because I hate men, mind you. I'm just saying that there's a lot of things that women have gone throughout history, and from what I've observed, that is justifiably something you should be angry about, And as a fellow lady and woman, I'm just like, it hits even harder, So So I did unpack a lot of that anger and resentment stuff. So right now I'm at a point where if it happens, then it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm always a very good listener to my own intuition and my gut feeling. And I never question my gut feeling because I'm really happy on my own. Like, I'm super content on my own. I've actually been alone pretty much my entire life. And don't feel bad for me. Most of it is by choice. And a lot of the times I get super exhausted when I have to constantly be around somebody else. Not because I hate people, it's because I need a lot of alone time, need a lot of thinking time. I need a lot of like de-influencing time, where I feel like a lot of people, when they're just even simply being around me, they influence me. And it's just like, oh, I feel their influence is rubbing off on me. I'm like, oh, I don't like that at all. I don't like it when I'm super sensitive to the atmosphere and of any given room. I will probably absorb people's emotions, whether I want to or not. I'm probably going to be absorbing their emotions and their, like, if I see like a really weird looking, like sketchy looking person, I get super uncomfortable, more than the average human being. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, ooh, this person gives me the creeps. I think there's like some sort of sociopath or something. And I'm the only one freaking out and kind of like, while other people are like chatting and like having fun or whatever. And I'm like, is nobody else seeing what I'm seeing? Like, I feel like those kids in the 90s movies where they're trying to like tell their parents like, get out of here. They're like, what are you talking about? Like, everything's fine. And I feel like I'm always constantly told that I'm overreacting or making something out of nothing. So that's my energy. My energy is super like absorbent of other people and sensitive to my surroundings. That's why I need alone time. That's why I don't like it when somebody else is like unintentionally influencing me and I feel it and I'm like, oh, I don't like that at all. Like, I want to be my own person, but I feel like whenever other people come around, I feel like unintentionally I'm gravitating towards molding to their desires and becoming like an unintentional people pleaser, you know? And I'm just like, who am I after that? Like, if I'm around a group of people for enough time, I start losing my sense of self. I start losing my sense of identity. I'm just like, who am I anymore? Like, I'm just agreeing with this group. And in psychology, you know that there's this thing called groupthink, where your ideas and behaviors and your thoughts slowly start to merge with the group and society. So as a means for acceptance. And I'm just like, fuck acceptance. I don't fucking care about that shit. I just want to be my own person. I want to be my own like independence and identity and all of it. And yeah, being around people, I love it. I love talking to people and getting to know people. But if it gets to a point where they're around me, even after like 5 hours, 6 hours, I would say I would give it like 7 hours max. 7 hours max. Okay, after that, you're wearing me down. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's just how I'm wired. This is me. This one's on me. 7 hours max. If you're around me any more than that, just please let me go. Please let me go. That's why I've always like, throughout my entire life, I've only ever had one friend at a time. Like, one really close friend. And I knew of people in school, like passerbyers, of acquaintances, or that I could say hi to or whatever, but I don't really know them. So I only had one close friend throughout my entire life up until today. Today I have 0 friends, but that's a-okay because